and straighten and bent and straighten the derailleur hanger on my FSX Boost, I thought maybe it would be a good idea to have a spare. So I went to bikesdirect.com and looked up hangers, and the hanger for the Gravity FSX Boost was $35. I go, well, I need a spare, but not that much. So I started searching, and the search got to the point where I was actually just looking at pictures of derailleur hangers until I found one that looked like the one that was on the FSX Boost. And finally, after a lot of searching, I found one on eBay from a company called 925 Engineering, and they had one for $15.95, so I bought it. I was pretty sure it was work, but I wasn't convinced. While I was at it, I said, well, there's got to be other people that have this hanger. They described it as a Diamondback part number 32-68-060 for the Diamondback bicycle. It was also listed as hanger 317, H317, and 291. So I started checking. Found that hanger on Amazon through a company called Just Cycling, JUSCYCLING, and that was listed under the 32-68-060, 317, and 291. I also found the hanger from a company called Wheels Manufacturing, or Wheels MFG, and they listed the hanger as a derailleur hanger 291, but it's the very same hanger that I got from 925 Engineering on eBay. I'm changing out this derailleur hanger on this Gravity FSX Boost for several reasons. One, I want to make sure that this little M4 bolt or screw is not locked in too tight. It's only supposed to go in with about 2 to 3 nanonewton meters. I want to see if this H317 hanger that I bought off of eBay is exactly the same one and that it fits, which I'm pretty sure it will. And this original hanger has been bent 2 or 3 times. So it wouldn't hurt just to put a new hanger and make the old one the backup hanger. You can see it goes down straight to the wheel here, and we'll see if the new one lands the same place when I put it on. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do here, put this bike in first gear. Okay, it's in first gear. What I have done, I've made this little block of wood specifically for this bike. So follow this. It's just tight in there. So I know that this is where it has to sit for perfect low limit. If anything changes when I change out the derailleur and that doesn't do tight, it's going to have to come in a little further with the limit screw to this the opposite. Okay, I'm in 12th gear, highest gear, smallest cog. I'm going to take this cage, guide pulley is now down. The next order of business is to remove this wheel. Okay, now I am going to remove the derailleur, the 5. One of my big concerns was it would be too tight. I'm sitting. They put Loctite in it or something and it wouldn't work. Oops. There we go. But it turns out this M4 screw is only in, as it should be, with about 2 to 4 newton meters of tightness. There's no Loctite in there, but there is a little bit of corrosion. it would appear. Actually, the original screw seems to be a little longer. Same M4 threads. Ooh. Every time I drop something on this floor, it's lost forever. I would say that is virtually identical. And oh, by the way, check this out. This one I know is straight. This is the one that's been on there that I have straightened out using my tool. It is 100% straight. Wow, you can't get a piece of paper between those. When you get in behind this, let's see that. So this goes to the inside, and I am going to coat this with silicone grease. Not a whole lot. It's more for water protection. Doing so, you notice I'm just going over the threads. So when this screws in, it's going to have a little bit of silicone grease on the threads so they're not going to seize up over time. I'm not going to torque this because 2 to 3 Newton meters is such a small amount, it's almost hard to get it accurate. I'll make sure that little. You want to make sure that this is in the right place. Okay, that has to be there. It's tight. Alright, I got the wheel back on. Now let's take that block that I showed you in the beginning here. This limit. Nope. Okay. It's important that this doesn't go in. This was too tight. This block was too tight. That would mean that the derailleur is in too tight, and there's a chance of it pulling the chain past first gear, largest cog into the spokes. Now, you see that? It's pretty straight. What's important is the guide wheel matching up with the middle of the chain.